Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you guys how I created this smoky eye look. So without further ado, let's get started. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep it nice. Hi, good morning everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Glam Friday. So today we decided to do a smoky eye tutorial, and so let's get started on that. There are many different forms of smoky eye looks. Like there are ones that are more angulared, and there are some that are a little bit just more rounded. And I thought today we would do one that's a little bit more angular. So you could do this a couple of ways. You can take one of those eyeshadow shields and place it along the edges just to give you that winged out look, or you could just take a makeup wipe and then just wipe it off, so that way you know, if you get any fallout you could just clean it right up, which is I'm gonna do it that way instead of doing it the other way. So I've done it with using charcoal grays, I've done it with blacks, and I've done it with taupes and blacks and browns, and even certain, like, it's like a mauve-y dark shade to help with creating this look. The first thing I'm doing is just prepping my eye. I'm adding Tarte Shape Tapes concealer. Any concealer will do. I just have to get through this bottle and get it out of my inventory. And it's not that the product is bad. I mean, I'm just letting you guys know that there is fragrance in it, and so you know, that can cause sensitivity over time. And that's the only drawback about this concealer. Other than that, I really do like the formula. It is on a thicker side, so using not a full coverage foundation with it, I think, is the best way to go if you guys are interested in using Tarte Shape Tape. But there are other concealers that are, I would say, that I favor more. And probably my top favorite is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Next thing I'm going to take is an eyeliner. So you can use a gel liner, you can use a pencil liner to start your smoky eye. Now again, this is a very dramatic smoky eye that I'm going to be doing, so I do want to add as much darkness as I can, but making it look very just blown out and beautiful and sexy. And so I have done other smoky eyes using charcoals, and maybe throughout the week, maybe I'll practice doing that with you guys so you guys can see other methods to achieving a smoky eye look. I just really wanted to do a very dramatic look since it is Friday, and also we've got Valentine's Day coming up, and I think we can all appreciate a beautiful smoky eye look. So okay, so using an eyeliner, I'm going to go ahead and apply it over the lid. So now I notice with this particular product is I have to move quickly, so if I'm not talking for a minute, that's why. I have to move fast with this because it does set up pretty quickly. But basically I'm just putting it in my lower lid area because I want the black shadow to adhere to it. So this part doesn't have to be like super perfect. So taking like any kind of pencil and just applying it first as like a base is going to help create that opaqueness with your black eyeshadow. You don't want to just go in with just a black eyeshadow without something like this underneath it. So I'm just working it through with my MAC 242 synthetic brush. And again, you don't have to worry about this being perfect because you're going to go over it again with the black shadow, and then you're going to go over it also with a transition color, which we'll get to. So it's looking kind of weird. The next thing I'm going to do is start packing on the black, which you can see I've already done that. And I'm only going to focus it on the lower lash line here first, because then I'm going to take a blending brush and we're going to blend upwards. Okay, so I'm using the Sultry palette, using the shade Noir, because this black is black, and I really love this black. Now there is somewhat some fallout, but that's what you can expect with this formula. Anastasia Beverly Hills' eyeshadows are a little bit on the fallouty side. However, I love her shadows, and I think you just gotta get used to her formula if you're gonna use her formula. And now I'm gonna take a synthetic brush or a blending brush, really just something that is gonna help blend this black upwards, and I'm gonna go in and start blending this out. Now, one thing that I had forgotten to mention here was that I did apply Twig as well as Birch and used it as my transition area to help blend out the black so there wouldn't be any harsh edges, and just taking my time with this synthetic brush and blending it out in an upward motion and angling it out to the outward part of my temple. This is a really tedious time, you know, you have to take your time and just kind of going back with the black, going back in with the Twig shade as well as the shade Birch, just to help keep everything blended and kind of giving the gradient effect. So what I'm doing with the blending brush is I'm actually pulling it outwards because what I'm going to do is go over and perfect the outer corner and clean up the edges. So I want to pull it out kind of far in order to do that. So this is why you don't do your foundation first when doing a smoky eye. Basically, like, I look like I just put a bunch of charcoal all over my eyelids, which is pretty much where we're at right now, and that's okay. So we're now going to go ahead and add a liquid liner. I'm going to go ahead and just wing it out first because I want to do this step first before I clean up the edges. So in case I kind of make the liner not look right, this will help clean up and perfect it. So I went ahead and I just did a wing. I used the Doubletake Liner by Tarte, and I really love this one because on one side it's the felt tip liquid side, and then the other side is a pencil, which I have totally used up, and that's actually a decent pencil. It's just not waterproof. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and clean up the edge using a makeup wipe, and this is just going to go ahead and perfect the edge. Yeah, this is looking pretty intense. Okay, so that's the hardest part, is the top lash line. So just doing the wing and then the smoke and taking your time and blend. I mean, that's really the toughest part of this whole tutorial. So now we can go ahead and just start doing the face. So I'm going to use the Hangover primer by Too Faced. I'm actually almost out of it, and I love this stuff so much. And apply it to my skin. Again, my skin is like slightly dry, slightly oily, so I really love this because it's not too drying and it's not too hydrating. So it's like a happy medium. My skin really agrees with it. It's one of those primers that you could actually stick in the refrigerator and use it as a mask, so that's kind of cool. Of course, for this look, we're going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I am in the shade Warm Nude. I love this foundation. I used it all summer last year. I used it for all my Glam Friday looks. It's just one of those foundations that I've been really happy with. And I love that they launched new colors and shades for people, and it doesn't set up so fast, so you have some time to work with it. So just smooshing it into my face with a damp beauty sponge. Again, this is my Nanchi beauty sponge. You can use my code to save 10%. Highly recommend it. I love their brushes. I love this. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is now highlight and contour. So I'm going to be using the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealers. I have two. One of them is in the shade Almond. The other one is in the shade Swan. I do like to mix both of them together for me. Now I am going to contour using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Cream Kit. You do not have to do this to contour. You can actually use your bronzer, or I know that like L'Oreal makes concealer sticks, and you can just find a deeper shade to do that. I'm just going to go in right now and just do this because I really like the effect it gives my skin as well as the glam look, so we're going full out today. And I do like to use my fingers first when applying this product on my skin, and then I'll go in with the beauty sponge and finish it off. Whoops, not there. Okay, so the object of contour is to help just emphasize certain facial structures. Now just taking the Born This Way Ethereal setting powder to set my skin. Just tapping it into the skin. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. In case you guys don't know what that's from. Happy Gilmore. Now what I've done is just taken this brush here. This is the Morphe 536. This is one of my favorite brushes that I have discovered, and I use it to bronze my face, contour my face, blend out my face. So definitely if you don't have this brush, you should, because I think it's a really awesome brush. It really depends too on the person's facial face shape. But this one works really nicely for me. As you can tell, I've already added the liner in my waterline. What I used today was the It Cosmetics No Tug Waterproof Anti-Aging Gel Eyeliner. I like it for my waterline, but I don't like it in general. I just find that it's really difficult to line like the top lash because the formula is so soft that you know, it's really just difficult to make a straight line. So what I would do is just apply it and then take like a brush to help, you know, make it perfect. Okay, moving on. I'm going to go ahead and use the shade Noir again. I'm going to use a brush like this. You guys always know that I use this brush a lot. I'm going to go ahead and apply it to the lower lash line. Basically, you're redoing what you did on the top to now the bottom. Like that. And to help blend it out, I'm going to go ahead and use the shades Birch and Twig. And blend it out. Like that. I'm also going to go back in with the brush like this into the shade Noir, which is the black shade, and just kind of stamp along the lower lash, probably about 3/4 of the way on the lower lash, just to keep the black, and then it goes into the gradient gray and then the brown taupey colors. I know, it's so many steps, help me! Actually go in with a couple of highlighters today. I am going to use a fan brush and I'm going to dip into this shade called Starlight. This is the face palette by Too Faced. I love this palette, FYI. And I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of that shade to the upper part of my cheek. Just an FYI, my skin is a little damp because I did spray a little bit of setting spray on my skin because I'm going in with the Amrezy highlighter by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it just really just helps for the highlighter to adhere on my skin better. For some reason, it just doesn't, like, it's not like creamy on my skin, so I have to put it on there damp, and then I like to take a wet beauty sponge and just kind of smush it into the face. Like that. I'm going to use this shade called Love Cloud by MAC. I haven't used this shade in a while, so I'm not sure how the pigment's going to be on my skin right now. Just giving my skin, oh, I like that. That looks nice. Hair is like intense, so what I like to do to help dry it out, thank you Jaclyn Hill for this tip because it really made a difference, is to take a fan, or you could take your hair dryer if you're in the bathroom and just blow dry your face. Put it on the cool setting, and that'll help set everything up. You want to make sure that your setting spray is completely dry on the shadow, because what'll happen is it'll crease. So I like to kind of just tilt my head back and let that dry before I move on to the next step. Now I'm just going in with the Roller Lash Mascara because I am going to be using false lashes today. And I like this mascara because it does give me some lift. It does separate the lashes. It just kind of, it's not like clumpy and thick. If you are looking for a mascara that is like what I just described, then this is a good one to get. And for those that actually have like short lashes on the lower lash line, this is a really nice mascara wand that'll help grab all those and give you some length. You guys already know which lashes I'm going to be applying. These are the Icona Lashes in the style Make Him Miss Me. I love this lash because it's short in the beginning of the lash band, and then it just slowly just gets longer. I am just about done, and I'm about to apply some inner corner highlighting to this eye look. I'm using the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter to do that. And now on to the lips. You guys, that completes the look. I went ahead and used the lipstick shade Faux and then lined it with the shade Soar. If you guys missed my new lip swatch video, you guys could check it out on YouTube. Anyways, another thing I topped it off with was this lip gloss by ColourPop. This is the shade Snow Day, and I just added it to the lower lip. Well, that concludes it, guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.